Welcome back, guys, to World of Tanks with Verknechter, and we're here on Erlenberg, I think this is called. Here we go, Erlenberg, that's it. And we're in pretty much the worst matchmaking you could think of for a tier 8 scout. This is basically half of the team is tier 10 tanks, and the other half is tier 9 tanks. So, yeah, pretty shitty matchmaking. Now, we've just gotten the RU-251, so yeah, pretty nice tank, I'd say, for the first couple of games, and we're going to try and show you what we can do even without perfectly knowing the tank. And here the Leopard PTA already gets absolutely smashed, which is always nice. We've got an amazing amount of HE loaded. I'm not exactly sure why Verknechter is doing that, but hey, let's see. There we go. There's our first enemy. We've already done 1,000 spotting, and that shot, taking that shot, was pretty unnecessary. And this is basically going to be what we're going to do in this game. We're not going to, well, we are going to try and take a couple of shots, but in this kind of matchmaking, what you really want to do, obviously, is spot. And getting that fire on the 54 was obviously nice. Now, when it comes to the RU, it's a very fast tank. It's very maneuverable indeed. And you can do some stuff with it that, well, you'd struggle to do with other tanks, I'd say. And give it the right equipment and you can easily get up to that 440 view range. Now, we're in kind of a bad position here. We are doing some spotting, but, well, our team's not putting the heat up on the enemy team. So at some point we'll either have to move from here or do some damage of our own. There we go, that's the, well, didn't get that shot on the E1. Yeah, and we can probably fuck off from here and do some better spotting elsewhere. But as you can see, the spotting damage here already racks up pretty quickly. We've got some nice tanks here at the back doing some good shooting when they can get around to it. But that Object 260 pushing through is just too risky for us, so we're going to pull back. Maybe take out that enemy RU, if we can dare. I'm not exactly sure what Verknechter is trying to do back here. Is he trying to get some sneaky snipers off? I mean, the RU does have pretty good penetration for a light tank. 190 is very nice. But, I mean, come on. We're not seriously going to be hunting for tanks here. Not against a Panzerkampfwagen 7, we're not. And this is kind of a lull. You can see that we've created a sort of kill zone with our guys to the side here. There we go. Some heavy tanks here. But obviously we need to do the spotting. Just killing them won't help us. The eastern flank is already folded. So we have to win this side to get some space here. And this is also the problem with all the sort of lightly armoured, especially the German tanks, what is it, the Leopard kind of line, which obviously the RU leads to. Most of the time you get shot, you get some kind of ammo rack, some kind of well, gunner or something getting killed. There we go. Now we've isolated most of them, and we can hopefully circle around. There we go, nice one. Circling around that T10. And now that we've isolated that one, we can go for the finishing shots on the T-54, who doesn't really seem to be paying attention. Nice side shots here. And that's the T-54 gone. And now we can flank that E-100 if we don't miss at the weirdest angles. Holy shit, did you see that? We had the broadside of an E-100 and we actually hit the 1 pixel that we couldn't pen? Are you for fucking real? Anyway, now that we've held up the enemy on our side and actually destroyed everything back there, we can now push up behind that object 263. Well, not if we give away our position. I think it would have been better here to just push along and surprise the object, give him some surprise butt sacks. But as it is, we've got the Leopard PTA, we've got the object 263, so we're not going to fuck around here. Not too much at least. That object 263 seems to have a hard-on for us. No, never going to pen that. Nah, that was a silly shot. That was just a waste. Trying to go for the tracking shot here, but obviously we're never going to pen that. Never going to track it. Now we've got the 140, the only one left, so we can go for some sneaky shots. That should have been a tracking shot. I'm not exactly sure what that was. And again, that shot was a bit silly. Even with our gun, we can't pen the side of the 140's turret. I don't think so. Anyway, guys, this was a win, and it was a mastery class badge, and it was, well, one of the early games that we had. So yeah, might as well show it off. Mastery class badge, as I said, and Confederate, which is really what you should be going for in your light tanks. Confederates and, you know, the sort of scout patrol duty sort of medals, that's the ones you want to have in your scout tanks. So we did 2,624 damage and we got 1,418 base experience, which obviously experience-wise puts us way on the top here, and even damage-wise is like 3rd or something, 4th, 5th. Yeah, wasn't bad for a tier 8 light tank in a tier 10 game at least. Now, after firing 24 shots, some of which were heat, we still made a loss of 23,000 credits, which, you know, you take in strides here. It was a good game and all. With all the spotting and all the tracking, we did 4,356 assistance damage, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not the sort of top game, but it's out there. And with the double, we made 2,836 experience. So guys, I do hope you enjoyed this little replay. We've got a lot better games coming up in the RU. Just wanted to show you this very quickly. Because it is a nice start into the RU tech tree. Anyway, hope to see you on the next one.